Hello friends, hi amigos, ¿cómo están? How are you doing? I am live for the second time in a week on Instagram. I am live to introduce you to and share with you all someone very special who is partnering with us in our very first in-person language experience happening this week. And that is Chef, well, you know what? Actually, I'll let him introduce himself. And he is hopping on now. Drum roll if I can. I can't.
Hola amigos, ¿cómo están?
Hola, hola Carlos.
¿Cómo
Ok,
están todos?
perfecto.
¿Me pueden escuchar?
Sí, yo te escucho perfecto, gracias. ¿Y me escuchas también?
Perfecto, sí.
Excelente. Bienvenido a casa. I understand you just pulled into your driveway. So thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
I am going to start. I'm going to let you introduce yourself in English first for our English speaking audience, and then switch a little into Spanish.
All right.
So we get both going on. So,
So,
Carlos, if you could introduce yourself with who you are and what all different roles that you play.
all right. Well, my name is Carlos Salas Grande. I'm a restaurateur here in Runner Park in Sonoma County. I started a family restaurant about 7 years ago called Don Julio's Latin Grill and Pupusas with my family, using my mom's recipes. When I say family, I mean like literally everyone's got something to do with it, whether it be, me and my mom putting together some recipes, my dad having a very cool name, my little brother being a very good personality. But we wanted to share, with the world pupusas. That's really what put us on the map. And if you're not familiar with pupusas, basically they're corn masa tortillas with filling inside. It's like phenomenal. You can do cheese, pork, a couple of different other varieties. But I would give this to my friends out for like my birthday, and eventually I would sell them to people, to coworkers. And a buddy of mine eventually said, you know what, I think you guys have something special here. And my buddy David said that, and I was like, you know what, I think that's the confidence that we needed. We went with it. So it basically, me and my mom, we started cooking in the kitchen, and I would deliver them. We did that for a full year, and then, we said, you know what, we need to find a location, do this for ourselves. And we went ahead and did that. And I mean, when you start any business, I think at the beginning, everybody kind of, you're expected to put in the majority of the work, and that was the case. You can't shy away from that. So basically, I wanted just my mom to focus on what was most important, and that's her cooking and having her recipes, be prime, be perfect. So for her, it was just focus on that, and for me, it was let me handle everything else. I like to run things. I like to figure things out. Whether it's problem solving for the most part, I can think pretty quick on my feet. So I was like, you know what, this is a challenge. I want to take this on. And it was always her dream, to have a restaurant. So for me, it was, I want to help you fulfill that restaurant. I want to fulfill that dream for you, help you any way I can. So everybody eventually came together. We would, huddle around a room, a table at night every night, and we did that for about a year, coming up with ideas. And one of the big inspirations for me behind it was, I would say, El Coqui down. I'm sorry, El Coqui and Soul Food over in Centerfell, because of their atmosphere that they provide. So you feel like you're on vacation right away, and that's kind of what I wanted to provide, no doubt. But that's a little bit about what I do, and now it's I have a little girl now, so for me it's I have systems in place at this point where I'm allowed to spend a little bit more time with her, able to watch her grow up, and hopefully introduce a little bit more into the business and see if she likes it, get her into the kitchen, get her in there to speak to people and whatnot. But little by little, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for that whole story in a nutshell. That was perfect. And that's really the vibe that you get in Don Julio's too. Like it's Don Julio's Latin grill and pupusas, but there's like a tropical fusion part of that too
Yeah.
that plays into the menu, right?
Correct. So we wanted to give you, like, everyone does Mexican food. I mean, you can get that just about anywhere, and people do it great around here in Sonoma County. So we wanted to bring you what we consider like tropical Latin food. So it's like a little bit of Mexican food mixed with a little bit of Salvadorian food. Like it's the best of both worlds. So we went ahead and did some recipes, like our pastor, for example. Some places they don't do it not necessarily as sweet, but they don't add as much cinnamon or pineapple as we do. We want to get you a little
Mm.
that fruit flavor in there. So we like to play with that. We like to play with the marinades. We have orange marinated chicken, so we do some burritos that are tropical burritos. They come wrapped in different style tortillas, like tomato tortillas, spinach tortillas. We like to do whole beans. We don't like to use lard. we like to feed you what we would feed our family, what we would eat. Because at the end of the day, like, what kind of we want to become? We want to become part of you, part of your family. We want to become friends. It's not just about selling you something, because it's not about it. We want to make a connection with people too. We like to be friendly with people, just because that's kind of how we are in our country. We like to say hi to people. Hi, how are you? We don't shy away from being that.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. And I'm hoping that everyone that's on here that has not yet had the chance to visit Don Julio's in person is going to, English speaking or Spanish speaking or anything else, be able to go and check it out. But especially for those who are learning Spanish, there's an opportunity this Friday to come with me, Nikki Bannister, a language coach, and dine at Don Julio's and really get the family experience, because we've arranged it so we've got some more time with you to spend in Spanish, as well as just enjoying our meal, enjoying the vibe, enjoying the
Claro.
atmosphere. And this is so cool because, especially Spanish students, it's like a really big step to order your first meal in Spanish, right? And to talk to a native speaker, which you've got me, who I'm not a native speaker. I'm someone who learned Spanish myself, and that plays into some of my strengths as a teacher. But I'm not a representative of culture. I'm not a representative of any of my own, like, family, any of that, that is from a Spanish speaking background. And so it is so exciting for me to take my students who are passionate about learning Spanish and making those connections, and make an authentic connection with you and your restaurant, and get to know not just the food, but also the whole experience of the family and the story and your passion for the work, all in their second language. And so I wanted to give a little taste by switching over to Spanish and preguntarte unas preguntitas. Y primero, mi primera pregunta es, y voy a hablar un poco más despacio para los que aprenden, para los estudiantes.
Okay.
Mi primera pregunta es, ¿cuál es tu plato favorito para hacer, para preparar en tu restaurante o en casa?
En el restaurante siempre, siempre es la Pupusa Burger, porque
Así.
es un poquito es el mejor de los dos mundos. Pueden probar las pupusas, que es los que los puso en el mapa, y al mismo tiempo pueden probar algo que es completamente diferente, que no van a encontrar en otro lugar. Y encima de eso son capas y capas de sabor. Digamos, pueden escoger dos clases de pupusas si quieren, y encima de eso también pueden escoger la clase de carne que quieran. Lleva guacamole, lleva pico de gallo, lleva crema chipotle. Eso es mi favorito porque me gusta acomodarlo, me gusta adornarlo, que siempre se vea bien presentable y bien bonito. Pero cada vez que alguien ordena uno de esos, me da una alegría, porque digo, ok, a lo mejor nunca lo han probado, o si lo están ordenando otra vez, quiere decir que les gustó. Y eso es lo que me gusta a mí.
Sí, sí, la primera experiencia con la Pupusa Burger.
Sí,
Sí. Y
único.
eso, y sí, es una experiencia absolutamente única porque solo existe en tu restaurante y ha ganado premios por las redes de comida aquí en la área de la Bahía. ¿Y quién creó la Pupusa Burger?
La hamburguesa fue mi idea. Básicamente, a mí siempre me ha gustado las hamburguesas, pero también tenía un amigo que se llama, tengo un amigo, mejor dicho, que se llama Adán. Y él es de México. Las pupusas son similares a las gorditas. Y él siempre
Mm,
decía, no, las gorditas son mejor que las pupusas, nunca van a poder hacer algo mejor. Porque las gorditas, me dice, la puedes rellenar con carne, me dice, le puedes poner guacamole, crema, lechuga, lo que tú quieras. Y le digo, ok, te puedo hacer algo mucho mejor. Le digo, jugando, pues ahí salió la idea, y lo que se me ocurrió fueron dos cosas. Es la imagen de, no sé si han visto SpongeBob SquarePants,
oh,
Bob
sí.
Esponja, pero básicamente la Krabby Patty que tienen ellos. Esa es una imagen bonita de una hamburguesa perfecta. Y también In-N-Out, digo, es tan bonita esa presentación, y digo, yo puedo hacer algo similar, pero no teníamos pan, digo, ok, ¿qué podemos hacer? Y a ese punto, pues teníamos las pupusas, y en vez de usar carne de hamburguesa, dijimos, pues, que el cliente escoja realmente lo que quieran para que puedan echarle más sabor a la comida. Y de ahí nació la hamburguesa realmente, y desde el primer día, pues, la saqué, y me recuerdo que un señor que tiene una tienda de tatuajes a la par,
Oh,
él,
sí.
wow, dijo, ¿qué es eso? Y esa fue la primera impresión. Y hasta este día es la impresión de cada quien que la ve por la primera vez. Dice, nunca he visto eso, ¿qué es eso? Y pues ya de ahí quedan enganchados siempre.
Excelente, fenomenal. Me encanta que empezara con una competencia de cultura entre quién tiene la mejor comida, pues.
Sí, eso
Oh,
es,
excelente.
pues siempre ayuda a que todo vaya creciendo a veces, ¿me entiendes? Siempre alguien quiere, dice, le puedo agregar esto o cambiarlo un poquito, hacerlo a lo mejor un poquito mejor, un poquito diferente, pero para mí es como va evolucionando a veces la comida también, es lo que ayuda un poquito.
Sí, sí, en absoluto. Y tenemos comentarios que dicen que es un orgullo tener la pupusa hamburguesa aquí en Runner Park. Que tú has puesto Runner Park en el mapa, por supuesto. Sí, es un orgullo tenerle en la comunidad, tener el restaurante, todo. Sí.
Es gracias a ustedes también porque realmente nosotros no hacemos, no nos gusta hacer anuncios. So, cuando la gente los encuentra es porque ustedes los han mandado ahí. Y eso realmente para nosotros es mucho más importante y más valioso que cualquier otra cosa. Porque sin los clientes, sin el apoyo de la comunidad, realmente, especialmente durante esta pandemia, no estuviéramos donde estamos. O lo sentimos con esa felicidad y ese gran apoyo que tenemos de ustedes. Y realmente muchísimas gracias porque ustedes son los que los han puesto a nosotros en el mapa.
Ah, qué bueno, excelente. Sí, estamos todos en comunidad. Exacto. Ok. Estamos buffering un poquito. Yo tenía otra pregunta que quería hacer, pero voy a esperar. A ver si tenemos más tiempo con Carlos Fantástico. Esperamos. Oh, sí, ¿verdad? Y ahora hasta la conocen hasta El Salvador. Wow. Ok, perdimos la conexión con Carlos. Quizás él puede juntarnos de nuevo o juntarse de nuevo a nosotros. Pero wow. Excelente, gracias por todo el apoyo por él. Es un privilegio tener esta experiencia con él en su restaurante. Sí, sí, es todo un orgullo, es un privilegio mío tener esta experiencia con mis estudiantes de español en Don Julio's Latin Grill en Pupusas este viernes. Y ojalá que no sea la última experiencia que tenemos allí, pero vamos a tener la primera este viernes y voy a darle un poquito más tiempo para a ver si él puede empezar de nuevo con la conexión. Pero si no, mi última pregunta para Carlos fue sobre su hija, porque yo sé, ni, no te preocupes, ni problema. Ah, sí, pero a veces esto es la vida de un emprendedor, ¿no? Que siempre tenemos las dificultades que tenemos que superar. We always have technical difficulties when we're entrepreneurs. I feel like it's part of the package. So last question for you, Carlos. Maybe you can put it in the comments. I know that your daughter, tu hija preciosa, is just somebody very special. And as she's getting older, I'm wondering ¿cuál es la comida favorita de tu hija? ¿Es algo que tú haces, que tú le preparas o es algo totalmente diferente? Ah, Esto es la última pregunta, si quiere responder. Ah, y a ver, so for any English speakers who are learning Spanish, again, we are doing our first language experience with Carlos, with Chef Carlos in Don Julio's Latin Grill in Pupusas this Friday. And this is going to be so much more than even just the first time that you're able to go into a restaurant and order in Spanish for the first time. This is going to be, okay, la repito. This is going to be a chance for you to get to know the family that runs this family run business and have a whole experience in your second language and hear personally from the chef about his passion and what goes into making the restaurant work. Entonces, la última pregunta fue sobre tu hija preciosa, y estaba curiosa yo cuál es su comida favorita. Si a ella le gusta comer algo que tú le preparas o si ella prefiere otra cosa completa. si ella tiene su propio plato favorito en Don Julio's o todavía no. Hola a todos, gracias por estar aquí. Estamos tan emocionados. We are so excited for this language experience, and I am so excited to just continue to promote and bring hopefully a new audience, new clientele to Don Julio's Latin Grill and Pupusas in Roanoke Park. As we've said already, it's not only a huge honor to have them here in our community, but it's really family, and people come in based on personal referrals. They're not about advertising. They're not about big business. They are about inviting people and having people have a really good experience. Ok, mi niña es muy picky, pero cuando se come comida, ahí le encantan los plátanos fritos. Oh, sí, por supuesto, porque son dulces. Y las papusas de queso. Perfecto, perfecto. Yo digo en español la palabra que yo enseño a mis estudiantes para picky, alguien que es picky, que es muy selectivo con sus cosas, con su comida. Yo les enseño, ay, gracias, yo les enseño tiquismiquis, porque esta palabra me encanta. Una persona como tu hija es tiquismiquis, que no le gusta todo tipo de comida, pero es muy selectivo, es tiquismiquis. Thank you so much for the compliment on my Spanish. As I was saying, if you don't know me, I am a language coach. I coach in both English and Spanish to mostly adults, but all ages. And I am someone who learned my Spanish. And so these experiences are just as important for me because these are things that I love to do as someone who has learned Spanish. As I love to create authentic connection in Spanish. I love to get to know people and have these experiences in my second language. And it's so cool that we can do that right here in Sonoma County, California, and without even having to leave our own community. Of course, I also love to travel, and I encourage others to as well, but we can do it right here in our own community and create these connections in our second language. Excelente, excelente. Ok, muchísimas gracias a todos por estar aquí, especialmente a el Chef Carlos de Don Julio's Latin Grill and Pupusas. I hope to see you. Feel free to share, tell friends. I hope to see you this Friday for a Spanish language experience, a very special experience in Don Julio's Latin Grill and Pupusas with Chef Carlos. And I hope you all enjoy some excellent pupusas and a meal in Don Julio's very soon. Nos vemos ahí. Hasta pronto. Adiós.